Hi Leo, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can hit the link in the description box below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path, or should I say us on our paths, to our highest vibrational good. So this week, for the key to the week, we have the star card. But before we get there, we have a solar eclipse, which is taking place in the sign of Cancer, which is, especially if you're a Leo ascendant, this is in your 12th house, right? So whenever you, and remember, your solar eclipse is a beginning, it's a new start, it's a new way of doing things. Now, interestingly enough, your 12th house is the house of self-undoing, right? It's not an easy house. This is the stuff, you know, the 12th house is kind of like your closet. It's where you chuck all of that, so, you know, like the rug where you just sweep everything under it. It's that place that you store all of your heavy stuff. It's your subconscious. It's the depth of who you are. It's sleep. It's all of that sort of stuff. Now, it's also your past, right? Because it's behind you. It's what's behind you. It's what's stored up in there, right? And the thing is, whenever I see an eclipse taking place in this, because it's a solar eclipse, right? This is effectively where you get a reset button to restart your karma there. Now, when I say restart your karma there, we had this big lunar eclipse in the sign of Cancer at the beginning of the year, right? So here we are on the other side of it now, having this experience where we are delving into that part, right? So we've illuminated it in January to really go into it deep, to say, right, what is hidden in my past? What are all the uglies and the nasties, and what are all the things that are, you know, that were my self-sabotaging beliefs and habits and all the rest of it? Over the last 6 months, we've done that deep dive of excavation to really go into it, to say, right, okay, what do I need to phase out here? What is it that, you know, what is it that I really need to release? What is it that I've been holding on to? Where is the baggage that I've been holding on to? And then now that we're having this solar eclipse, it's that reboot, that restart, to say, right, well, now that we've cleaned it out and dredged all of the soot and the crap up from the bottom, now we can start again, right? Now, you know, it's like that moment, you know, where you clean up your, I don't know, where you clean your drawers, right? And you fold everything nice and neatly, and you're like, okay, cool. From now on, I'm going to keep it like that. You know, in another 6 to 8 months, it will be, you know, trashed again, but you have all the good intentions. That's where you're at with this solar eclipse. Remember, it's a new beginning, right? So this is a chance for you to not rewrite your history or your past, but to view it in a different light, so that you can use it as a springboard rather than, you know, a springboard or a step, rather than something that holds you back and is just a place or a part of you that is full of self-sabotaging beliefs and you know, old thought forms and patterns. So this is a really deep place for us to be having this. And because it is a new beginning, right? It's a new start, or a fresh start of some sort. This is about you saying, you know what? I'm going to do things differently from here. And I'm going to use the things that I've done. I'm going to use the things that I've been through. And I'm going to, when I see those self-sabotaging beliefs or parts of my history coming up, I'm going to call them out. I'm going to call myself out. And by doing so, that's how you rewrite it. You'll never get rid of the past, right? It's always going to be there. But you can use the energy that it houses for you for something better, for creating a better life for yourself. And the way that you're going to do that is by being honest, open, and frank with exactly what is there, with exactly what comes up, and using it to the best of your ability. Now that I've waffled on long enough, your key to the week is the star card, right? So this is that glimpse, right? That hopeful glimpse into the future, where you get just a taster of what is coming up for you, of just how good life is truly going to be for you at, you know, at a certain point in your future. And very often I see this card as, it is that, right? And whenever you have those kind of moments, I kind of feel like that's the universe saying, look, you know what? I'm going to give you a glimpse into what it is that you're working towards, or what the results are going to be, because I want you to stay on track. So this week, consider in all of these ways, you know, in all of these sectors of your life, you just got to keep going, all right? For your, oh, wrong deck. Wow, for your actions and options, you have the Ten of Pentacles. So this week you are chasing, you know, and not just for the sake of it, but this week you're chasing the money, right? You're chasing the finances. This is about you saying, right, I understand now what it is that I want from life. I understand what it is that I need from life. And also, I now understand where those things have been getting in the way of me, right? This solar eclipse is going to do that for you. Now, granted, it happens on the last day of this week, but you're going to feel it on the run up to it the whole way through, and especially because it's happening in a really intense house for Leos, especially those of you that are Leo ascendants, right? Because this is your true 12th house that you're having this solar eclipse. Now, your Ten of Pentacles, money, materials, finances, complete security, right? And this is you going after that, right? I want real security. I want real world, real tangible security. And I'm going to do whatever I need to that is, you know, legal and above board and not clawing and treading on other people in order to get there, but I'm going to do whatever it takes to get myself there. And because you've got the Ten of Pentacles as an option, it does mean that from the wider world stage, in some way, shape or form, you're either getting an influx of money or finances, or you're getting support to build the things that you want to build. So this week, pay attention to who shows up and ultimately what they can offer you. Especially if you haven't seen it, please watch the weekly general, because it will make a lot of sense now. For your communications and conversations, you have the King of Wands, right? So King of Wands, fire sign person, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Now, this is in your communications and conversations. This is very likely to be somebody that either brings you new work, somebody that brings you a good opportunity, because it comes with the Ten of Pentacles. The King of Wands, whoever they are, or, you know, whether it's a man or a woman, is going to bring you finance. They're going to bring you a really good opportunity to strengthen your material position in the world, which is really exciting actually. Now, when it comes to your communications and conversations, there's no hiding this week. Now, everyone always says like, oh, you know, Leos are full of bravado and they love to be on stage. Well, not all of them. Some are what I call the silent dignity types, right? But what's happening this week is there is no curtain. That curtain is coming down, it's being set on flames, like whatever it is. This is a week where you've got to be visible. It's a week where you need to put yourself out there. It's a week where you need to speak your truth. And ultimately, this is a week where you're getting a glimpse into what your financial, material success and security looks like. This is a week where you're getting a glimpse into how to put yourself forward in the best light. It could see you really rising up the ranks, gaining more followers, gaining more recognition, all of that. For your money and materials, you have the Page of Swords. Now, because this falls underneath the Ten of Pentacles, I do wonder if this week, because it's a really good week for this kind of thing, just be sure that if you are expanding this week, it's growth that you can sustain, right? It's growth that you can, what's the word? Because it's the Page of Swords, right? So you just want to be sure that you're not promising what you can't deliver. That's a really important one this week. So if you can deliver it, be prepared to show up, right? Be prepared to, this is a week where no fibbing, no lies. If somebody says to you, can you roller skate? This reminds me of a story that I heard when I was at stage school. If somebody says to you this week, can you tap dance? And you say, well, I can tap dance on roller skates, and you can't even roller skate, let alone tap dance. You're probably not going to be able to learn it in the time that you need to. So this is the week for you to say, this is what I can do, this is what I can offer. In fact, maybe even undersell it a little bit so that when you deliver, your results really have the bigger impact. Page of Swords as well. It looks like there's an interview or a meeting that is coming up this week. Now, because it is the star card ruled, I do feel like this may very well come through a friend, maybe a person in your personal tribe or on your team. And I also feel like it will come out of the blue. I don't feel like you're going to see this one coming, or certainly if you do, when you get there, what is offered is going to be way beyond what you expect. This could be a really brilliant, very powerful week for Leos, for sure. When it comes to the Page of Swords, this is health-wise, this is a week for you to look after your ENT, ear, nose and throat. Also look after your eyes as well. Those are things that you might want to pay attention to. And when it comes to the home, yeah, it just looks like there's a lot of change on the horizon for the home life of the Leo. And then finally, for love and relations, we've got the 7 of Cups. Now, whether you're single or partnered, it does look like the lines are going to get a bit blurry this week. So you want to be really sure about your boundaries. You want to be really sure about what you can give, what you cannot give. This is a week for you to really pay attention to what is expected of you from a partner if you're in a relationship, and balance that with what your own wants, needs and expectations are. This is a week for you to be really cautious when it comes to relationships, because it looks like there's no clarity there. For those of you that are single, it looks like you are interacting with somebody that has a lot of banter. They're really good at talking the talk, but I'm not entirely sure they're going to be able to back it up. So just be cautious this week when it comes to love and relations. And when it comes to family this week, could be a really interesting ride. It could be in some way, shape or form, kind of like everybody has an opinion on your life this week. This is your life. We had a program here in the UK called This Is Your Life, where people would come, that you would celebrate the life of somebody that had lived in the celebrity realm, and everyone would come and comment on who they were and what they were like and stuff. So it could be a bit of a week like that, so just keep that in mind. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.